Out to the legal landscape. Our legal analyst, attorney Dan Adams, joins us every Monday, breaking down the biggest cases happening across Wisconsin and the country. Good morning, Dan. Now that the Wisconsin Supreme Court race is over, let's look ahead to some of the cases that will go before the court this year.
Oh, and good morning, Mallory. Well, once Jill Crawford is sworn in on August 1st, she'll have a pantheon of issues to start deciding on. This continues the liberal wing of the Supreme Court's control of the court until at least 2028. So they have a lot of bandwidth here to start to put their imprint on Wisconsin law. You may remember that the last term, the court had a remarkably unproductive term, releasing the fewest decisions that they had in history, perhaps holding back and trying not to rock the boat before last week's monumental election. They currently have 29 cases pending. Of course, that's a rolling number. They can accept new cases all the time. The big case that we're waiting for, it's been fully briefed, it's been fully argued, is the abortion rights pro-life case. That's Josh Kaul versus Urmanski, the Sheboygan District Attorney. That is pending for decision. That could come down any day and either uphold the 1849 abortion law, which restricts all abortion across Wisconsin, or find that the Dane County judge who knocked down that law last year was correct in his decision. In addition to abortion, we know that there's other cases that are going to arise. We expect some type of redistricting case regarding the congressional maps that would benefit Democrats. We're also looking for potentially a renewed look at Act 10, which is the collective bargaining law from 2011. Other more obscure things, they are going to be deciding on the governor's veto power, as well as speedy trial rights for criminal defendants. So all of those things we can expect in the next year or so.
Yeah, a very busy several months for those justices. The case of the Amber Alert suspect now, Gary Day, he is facing charges in multiple states, including Wisconsin. How does the court determine where he will actually face charges first?
Well, this is a big issue. So Gary Day, of course, has 2 misdemeanors in Nebraska where he was found with the now 17-year-old child. So he has cases there. They have the body. So they kind of have they're in the catbird seat, whether they want to keep Gary Day and have him be held accountable for what their charges are. But in a lot of times, the state will reduce bail or even dismiss a case if there are states with more serious or cases that need to go first. So we know that he has cases in not only Nebraska and Arkansas, where he's from, but also Vermont, in Indiana, and of course, up in Dodge County in our own state. Who gets precedence really is an informal process. I believe those prosecutors and law enforcement officials will be talking to each other. Who really wants to have the first crack at Gary Day? But add into this mix is the federal authorities in the Eastern District of Arkansas. They have filed a criminal complaint. I don't know if this has been reported anywhere else, but they have filed a complaint under the Mann Act, which makes it a federal crime to transport a minor for immoral purposes. This is a very old law. In my experience, the feds often have a priority. So I could expect Gary Day to be extradited to Arkansas as early as this week.
Yeah, and we will continue to watch that. Again, Sophia Franklin, the child at the center of this case, is safe along with her unborn baby. Dan, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again next Monday for more of the legal landscape.